Hello everyone, welcome back to the course Autodesk Fusion 360 for beginners. And in this lesson, we're going to design a desk drawer assembly. So to start, we'll start by setting the type of design, and we'll set every design as usual and create new. Now we just need to set the view, and we'll choose front view, and then we can go to the toolbar and select create a sketch, and now we just need to set that view. So to start, we'll start by using point rectangle, and we'll start in the origin and set a height of 707, and we'll click in tab in our keyword. We'll also set the width as 18, and then we'll click OK. Now you can use point rectangle again, and we'll start at this point and set a height of 18, and change in our keyword, and also set the width as 763, and then we'll click OK, and we'll use point rectangle again, and we'll start at this point and set a height as the same as this one, which is 707, and the width we can click in our keyword in tab to set as 18 as well, and then we will click OK. That's the beginning of our model. So now we can use point rectangle again, because for this one we'll be using it too much. So we can start in a random point, like here in this case, and set a height of 109, and click in tab in our keyword to also set the width to this design in this case, which is 724, and then we'll click OK. Now we can use sketch dimension to sketch the dimension from this line and this line as well, and we want it to be exactly 1.5, and then we can click OK, and this is basically our clearance. So now we also want to sketch the dimension from this point to this point as well, and we can click on the right in our mouse to set the dimension. In this case we can set as 5, and then click OK. That's also our clearance in this case. So now we can use line tool, and we can click in a random point, like here in this case, zoom it, and click it from this border to this one, it's 10 in this case, and now we can sketch dimension again from this line to this line as well to sketch the dimension in this case, and you can set it as 83, and then click OK. So that's it in this case. Now you can finish sketch and start extruding. So now you can go to the toolbar and select extrude, and select this part, this part, this part, and also this part, and also this part as well, and change the operation to new component directly, because then we want to apply some tones on it, and then you can extrude it as 534, and make sure that the operation is set to new component. It has to be as a new component in this case, and then you can click OK. Now you can go to browser and expand our sketches and unhide it, because you see that it was vanished in this case. So now we want to select this place, this sketch in this case, and select on extrude, and this will be also as a new component, a different one in this case, and then we want to extrude it, and you can set it manually as 400, and again make sure that the operation is set to new component, and then click OK. Now we have two components, so now we can hide this first component, and now we want to extrude this part. Make sure you zoom it so that you can extrude. Select it and then click on extrude, and we want it to be just 18, so we can set it manually as 18 and make sure that the operation is set to join, and then click OK. Now we can go to modify, expand it, and then scroll down until we find shell, because we want to create a shell. So now we want to select this face, this upper face in this case. You can select it and then make sure that the direction is set to inside, and you can move it. That's how we create shell in this case. So we can set this as 18 as well. That's our shell being done. And now we can click OK. So now we have two components in this case. Now we can hide this sketch. So that's our component. This one is our sliding object, and the second component is this one. So now we want to create a sketch in this face. So we'll select this face and create the sketch. So now we can use center diameter cycle, and we want it to be in the middle. So that's the middle point where this triangle appears. That's the middle point. And also in this part, we want to find the middle point. So that's the middle point in the vertical plane in this case. And this one is the middle point, this one in this case, in the horizontal one. So if you place it both ways, you'll see that it will be in the middle point of both of them. So you can click it once and set as 20, and then click OK. Now we can finish sketch. So now we can use construct. In this case, we can expand it and scroll down until we find offset plane. And now we just want to select this face and create an offset, in this case, of 30. We can set it manually as 30, and then we can click OK. Now we want to create a sketch in this offset plane, so we can select it and then click on create the sketch. The sketch we want to create there. So in this case, first we can use project, in this case, to project that one, and click on project and approach it, to zoom it, just to hide like this in this case as red in the corners, and then click it and then click OK. Now it is projected. So now we can use center diameter cycle again, and we also want it to be in the middle point. So that's the middle point in the horizontal plane. So now also in the vertical, that's it. So we can align them, and that's our middle point as well. So you can set it as 30 and then click OK. Now we can finish sketch. So now we want to create a loft. So you can click on loft, or you can go to create and scroll down until you find loft. That's loft in this case, and make sure that you zoom it to select this cycle the bigger one in this case in the offset plane, and also can move it to also select this cycle in this space. So that's how offset plane is created. So that's the offset plane, and you'll see that it will join this component, in this case this moving object, and then you can click OK. So to make sure that they are the same component, you can check by hiding one of them. In this case, if you go to browser and hide this component, you'll see that that will disappear. In this case, you have the two components still in different shapes. So now we want to create another sliding object. So you can select this face and then create a sketch. In this case, we want to create a sketch in this face in this case. So we can click on point rectangle to create the sketch that we desire to create. But first, you can set it in a random point, in this case at this point, and set it as 250 as the height in this case, and clicking tab in our keyword to also set the width as also 250, and then click OK. Now we want to sketch the dimension in this case. So we can use sketch dimension and click in this line and this line as well, and set it as 150 and click OK. So that's in the middle point. So we can undo sketch a little bit to sketch this dimension again. Okay, you can use sketch dimension and set this line and this line as well, and set it as 50 and then click OK. Just a little bit, not too much in this case, just for this dimension, for this drawing in this case. So you can sketch also from this line and also this line as well, and you'll see that now it's 216. You can sketch this dimension, but make sure that this dimension it is right down in this case, and we can set it as 200 and then click OK. That's it for this one. And now we can use point rectangle again, and want to create two supports in this case, because if we don't, it will fall down in this case. So you can use this line, this one which is blue being generated, to create a two rectangle of 18 to 18. So in this case, the height will be 18, and then you can click in tab to set as 18 as the width, and click OK, and do another one at this corner as well, and set it as 18, and also 18 for the width, and then click OK. Now you can use sketch dimension and sketch the dimension from this line to this cycle, and set it as exactly 5 or 2, because this is our clearance in this case, so it may be smaller in this case, like 2, and then click OK, and you'll see that there is a small gap. That's our clearance. And we can also set this part, click this line and also this rectangle, and set it as 2, and then click OK. So that's basically our support, so that this moving or sliding object does not fall down in the ground. And now we want to create an offset to amplify our query. So you can go to modify and go to offset and just select this second moving object and create an offset as -2, and then we can click OK. So that's our queries in this case, and then we can finish sketch. So as this lesson is getting too lengthy, we'll continue our modeling in our next lesson by applying some supports here and also extruding the second sliding object. So thank you all for being here until now, and I hope to see you all in our next lesson. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any upcoming lessons. So thank you all and peace.